Okay, so we're here chatting with Rob, and Rob has lived in Chiang Rai for a little bit of time, not a long time, but I'll let him tell you stories because I have a long list of questions. So Rob, where is home?
Melbourne, Australia.
Melbourne, Australia. Bit like London.
No, Melbourne, Australia.
Oh, right, yeah.
London's the other end of the world,
Right.
the other side.
Yeah, but they both drizzle, rain.
In summer it's hot, and in winter it's bloody cold.
6 months in Melbourne was enough for me.
That's where I originated from, but home is Chiang Rai now. I don't intend to live anywhere else.
I'm glad to hear that. Nor do I. And what was your occupation before you gave up work?
I managed a plasterboard sales business. I was with them for about 23 years. And I ended up for the last 9 years working just down the road from my home, managing one of their little stores in the outer suburbs of Melbourne.
Oh, so you're not ex-CIA? Special Forces?
Well, plasterboard shop was a cover.
Not Secret Service?
The plasterboard shop was a cover for my real occupation.
I'm so glad to hear that. I thought you were going to be an outcast here.
I can't actually tell you what. No, I wasn't. I'm not an ex-anything. I'm an ex-husband, that's about all I am.
And an expatriate.
I still love Australia. I was lucky to be born there and lucky to live most of my life there. Now it's time to try somewhere else.
Fair enough. And how long have you been in Chiang Rai?
February now, so actually about a week shy of 2 years. 2
Wow.
years? Yeah, 2 years. February 2020 I came here.
You're doing well. I don't want to admit this, but I can't even remember the day they got married.
I can't remember that. Can't even remember the day I got divorced.
And so, Rob, why did you pick sleepy Chiang Rai?
I've been coming to Thailand for approximately 10 years on my yearly holiday. I've been coming here up to 3 times a year, or to Thailand, but it was always southern Thailand, the usual, Phuket. About 5 years ago, I made my first trip to Chiang Mai, and I straight away fell in love with Chiang Mai. I don't know why, I just felt so at home, and it felt like real Thailand to me after my experiences in Phuket, which were great fun, but Chiang Mai, the north is so much more laid back. No one's trying to sell you anything. You don't feel like you're a tourist with a dollar sign on your head. I fell in love with Chiang Mai. It's just such a beautiful place and a relaxing place to spend time. And I used to spend up to a week there, and then a week in Phuket, and a week down in Koh Lanta on the beach. And I initially didn't expect to live in Chiang Rai, but I made contact with you, and that introduced me initially to Chiang Rai, and I've stayed here ever since. But quite frankly, I could live here or Chiang Mai, anywhere up in the north here. I like it.
Yeah, I think it's much better up here in the north.
It definitely grows on you, this place.
It's never cool, really. I mean, except for now.
It's been cool lately.
The last few months. But it's always cooler than the south. About 5 degrees. That helps.
I tell people I came here for the weather, and everything else is a bonus, really. The weather is absolutely beautiful here. It does get quite hot in summer, not as hot as Melbourne. Maximum here is about maybe high 30s, not like in Melbourne where you get 45, low 40s a few times in summer. The weather's here way more consistent though. The weather's, and when I say consistent, I mean it's perfect. The weather's more perfect than not. More days like this than there are days like yesterday or Saturday, which was raining.
Yeah.
Even in the rainy season, we get a few days of rain and then it's beautiful again for a week.
Yep. Yeah, no question about that.
It's definitely warmer than Europe. Like if you're adverse to cold, warm weather, you wouldn't like it here because it is warm. Generally, in average, I don't know what the average temperature is in Chiang Rai, but it'd have to be about 30 degrees. I would have thought.
I think it's around 30.
Yeah. To me, that's perfect. That's not warm to me.
No, it's not.
Well, it's not hot. It's just comfortable. So we don't have the air conditioner on overnight this time of the year for probably about 3 months. We have no air conditioning needed for 3 months.
Yep.
And then around Songkran, as you know, it warms up and then you have to have the aircon on. And a lot of the time you have to have it on at night to sleep comfortably because the temperature doesn't drop greatly overnight. Excuse me. I don't have COVID, it's all right.
I'm just going to check the...
Just check that you've pressed record. Will you, Ray, this time, please?
It's still going.
Oh, thank God. This is take 2. We tried this. We spent an hour doing this the other day. And you hadn't hit the record button. You'll edit this out.
Well, I might just leave it in.
Next question.
I had thought about that. So it sounds like Chiang Rai's lived up to your expectations, so you're just not following the That's not fair.
Well, no. To tell the truth, I had no expectations because I was completely, until I came to live here, I had spent one day here. A few years ago with my son and his wife, we came here and we spent one full day in Chiang Rai and I was left with no impression really because we didn't have a good look around, you know. We stayed one night. I enjoyed the ride here because I love the riding the motorbike. So we rode over from Chiang Mai, a long way, via Phang and Chiang Dao. And we came in from the north and I was sort of, I think it might have been a bit smoky because I couldn't see any mountains, really. And I was sort of, not disappointed, but I was just, it made no impression on me. So when I came here, I was completely open-minded and I had no expectations. But then from then on, I have been very pleasantly made aware of the good things, the good quality of life. That's the word. The quality of life in Chiang Rai is very comfortable, very nice.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's a hard thing to explain unless you can't explain what it's like to leave your country as an expat and relocate to another country and do it all on your own and with no help and with nobody by your side. It might scare some people, but for me it was the start of an adventure. That's the way I looked at it. An adventure that I really needed after, 45 years of hard slog of work and the routine of living in Australia and working in Australia. So it's been great. And of course I'm retired.
Yeah.
I don't work anymore. So it's a whole new life for me. I haven't regretted it and I'm not homesick and I will go back to Australia for a visit. But I'm not desperate to go back to Australia.
Yeah, I can understand that. What about fitting in? Do you fit in okay here?
2 years in, I've met a beautiful girl, a lovely girl, and I've met her and I'm part of her family. I try and avoid becoming part of the expat scene. I am very comfortable. I'm one of those people who's comfortable with their own company. I don't feel lonely. Sure, the language barrier means you'll never really fully fit in, and because I'm what they call a Farang, not a Thai, you're a foreigner. You'll always be a foreigner, and you'll always be a guest in the Kingdom of Thailand. But I can't see many disadvantages in that. It's the differences, the fact that I'm different, it kind of makes it even more interesting in a lot of ways. So fitting in, I probably don't fit in, but then again, Lana people, Northern Thai people, and Thai people in general, are very accepting. Nobody stares at you, nobody, I walk around the local wet market and I'm just another person.
Yeah.
And I've been here 2 years now, and I go, perhaps my face is becoming not unfamiliar to a lot of the population here or the traders here, but it's just easy, sabai. People here, I certainly haven't really encountered any racism towards me, but to say have I fitted in, I have fitted in, but I haven't fitted in by making myself hanging out with a bunch of expats. And that's not fitting in.
Well, that's not fitting in.
I'm a stranger in a strange land and loving it. That's the way it goes. Because it's strange. It's not the same. It's quite exotic. The differences, which can be annoying at times, also make it a lot of fun at times and makes it feel exotic. I mean, that's why you come to Thailand to live, because it's different.
And those differences, Rob, if you can't reconcile them, they become a big problem. I mean, some people just complain about the differences all the time.
I can see how you can do that.
And I think that the only way to survive, if you want to be happy in Chiang Rai, is accept the differences.
I watched a video, another vlogger, and he said, when you come to live in Thailand, lower your expectations and raise your level of acceptance. Couldn't be truer words spoken. Look, there are things, some of the differences, I've got a few things in mind, absolutely infuriate me, and I'll never ever be able to wrap my head around it. I just can't wrap my head around it. But it's no good. And look, I do complain about it sometimes, but it's not. And I can see how people can go down that rabbit hole of becoming dissatisfied and just complaining all the time because it's not like their country. But guess what? You're not in Kansas anymore.
It's not their country.
It's this is another world up here, but it's not necessarily a bad world. It can be it's actually fascinating, to be honest.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. So, do you speak Thai, Rob?
Speak Thai nit noi, put asat Thai nit noi cup. Your wife, your good wife Jen has taught me for about 6 months, and I've picked up, also my girlfriend who I live with, she speaks Thai probably 50% of the time to me, and you have no choice. You pick up words, So I found that the bit of Thai that I did with Jen has helped me with vocabulary or with conversation a little bit. And Jeb, she expands my vocabulary. So even though I don't speak very good Thai, I can often I can get my point across a lot of the time. And I'm sure my Thai would sound like Valentino Rossi when he speaks English, like an Italian, a real Italian speaking. I want to drive it to the airport, That's probably a bit like what my Thai sounds like. But you can still understand it, And again, especially Thai people, they love it when you try and speak Thai to them. And they're very forgiving of mistakes you might make. Sometimes they might laugh at you, but
Yeah. But that's okay. They're not laughing at you.
well, they
They're
are.
just laughing at the circumstance.
Yeah, that's right.
That you stupid buggy, you can't talk.
Yeah, so yeah, it's a good idea to speak a little bit of Thai. I reckon, what did? I did a week, every week for a while there. I was doing a couple of hours with Jen for about 6 months. I get by now with Thai. Can't understand a lot of it when they talk to me, but I can certainly go to a shop and speak and get my point across a bit in Thai.
Yeah, it's funny that, isn't it? That sometimes we can actually tell them what we do. Even though we can't understand their answer, they understood us and the transaction goes through.
But what I've noticed, it doesn't matter if you tell them if they understand what you want, they still won't have it. Mai me. I hear it all the time. Have you got this? Mai me means don't have. What Lao gone already? They don't have anything. Lazada is a Farang's best friend in Thailand.
This is very true.
So simple to shop on Lazada and everything's there.
Yep, very true. And you know, sometimes it's cheaper to pay the postage from Bangkok than to drive across town and pick it up.
Postage is $1, 35, not even, what is it? $1.50, 35 baht.
Depends on what you buy.
Yeah. I've got some shaving stuff from Italian shaving stuff that I use. I bought it in Melbourne. It's bought on Lazada. You can't buy it here. Harasso, shaving soap and shaving lotion. Oh, Lazada, there it is. It's even cheaper than in Australia.
Yeah, that is great. So getting back to business, what's the most beautiful place that you've seen so?
Beautiful place. In Thailand or in the north?
No, we're talking about Chiang Rai province.
The most beautiful places. There's so many of them. We recently went to the Sky Pagoda in Lampang. Absolutely stunning. Doi Satep, if you like temples, Doi Satep, stunning.
Yeah.
That's in Chiang Mai. Puchi Fa, you go up there and watch the sunrise. It's amazing. Looking down into is it Lao? I think you look into Lao. Yeah, look more locally, the army camp up on the Thai border here, up near Pa He. That army camp where you can go and have a coffee and look down into Myanmar. It's amazing view. It's stunningly beautiful. Then you've got places like the White Temple that everyone knows about, the famous White Temple. It's breathtaking. It's weird how it's located on a busy major intersection. Always thought it would be much better if it was out in the middle of a rice field or something.
The land would have been cheaper.
Imagine that. That was in the middle of rice fields. There's a lot of places. Singer Park. I can't pick my favourite. It's the best thing about Chiang Rai is the nature, the beauty of the nature of it. And it's probably the best thing about Thailand. From the beaches to the limestone casts, to the islands, to the mountains up here. It just surprises me every time I go and visit somewhere. Jump on the motorbike, let's go. We go for a ride and it just blows me away. And there's places here that you don't see in the tourist brochures.
Oh, no.
But they're well worth it. They're well worth visiting.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
They don't collect an admission fee.
even the Mekong, up on the Mekong River, there's some great little spots there. It's beautiful. There's you go up to these temples up on these mountains overlooking these. A lot of the temples are up on mountains and they look over the land. Yeah, the Sky Pagoda was pretty good. But locally, probably the army camp, probably that road, and Doi Tung, the army camp, anywhere between a place called Pa He and Doi Tung, that road that hugs the border. That's a pretty amazing place.
That comes out massive.
You can go all the way from Maysai, or you can go down, you can get onto it through Pa Me, which is, you go via the Tamluang Cave. Tamluang Cave is a tautology, just Tami's Cave. The famous Thai football team rescue cave, we go that way. We sort of before you get to Mayside. Probably about 10 k's before Mayside and up into the mountain.
So, in all the time you've been here, Rob, has anything strange or unexpected happened to you that you want to talk about?
Strange or unexpected. When I first came here, I spent a lot of time. I spent about a period there for about 4 or 5 months, probably 5, 6 months, where I was on my own, and I felt it was soon after I'd arrived, and I felt a little bit lost. I was on my own, and I used to walk around Chiang Rai town, walk from one of the suburbs out there to the north, and I'd walk across the bridge and I'd just walk around, do about 10 kilometres, just walking the streets, looking at things, buying a bit of food, you know, absorbing Chiang Rai. I discovered so much about Chiang Rai by doing that, and I know the streets now. I know all the streets in Chiang Rai. Jeb, my girlfriend, says I'm called Chiang Rai, which means I know Chiang Rai. I know the streets, I know the roads in and out of this place. She's lived here all her life in Chiang Rai, and she doesn't know half of what I know. So I spent months just walking and completely on my own, and I was okay, happy on my own, but I felt a little bit lost. But I relaxed about it, and one day I was walking the street and I met this crazy old Thai guy who I thought was a bit mad, but he turns out he's just a character, and he actually lives next door. And it's weird, but the day I met him was the day I met Jeb. That was by happenstance, but actually I'd just come from meeting Jeb the first time, and I walked to the end of the street where she was working, and I bumped into this guy, right? And I always put it as the surprise turning point of my time, my life in Chiang Rai, where he introduced me to the people that own this property here where we're sitting, and I live in this beautiful bungalow, and I'd met Jeb at the same time, and we're still good friends, and now the people that own all this property have taken me into their family, and they're such good quality people and warm people, and including Kun Nui, the man I met, and we still see each other nearly every day. We say good day and we have a chat. And if I see him on the street and we're walking, we often go and have noodles together. And it kind of was the turning point, and it happened by chance, and it happened because I didn't lock myself away. I got out and walked, even though I was on my own. And that same day, which was, I don't know, about 14 months ago, that was the start of me feeling really at home in Chiang Rai. Now, we've been in this house now, on this property for a year, this month, and we feel like we've been here forever. We feel like we've been here for 10 years. That's happened by just relaxing and being open to meeting someone and having a chat, not being scared to talk, and being approachable and friendly.
Yeah.
I've noticed that a lot of Thai people are really interested to say hello to you and to ask, to hear about your story. Thai people. And we knew he was like that. And we walked, and we did several walks together, and we chatted and talked. We developed a friendship, which led to me getting this great place to live in downtown Chiang Rai.
Yeah, you're in a good location.
This will do, and unless I want to buy my own place, we'll stay here. If I was going to rent and live in Chiang Rai, I'd stay here forever.
Yeah. It's hard to beat the rent in this place for the location. Do you feel safe in Chiang Rai? Right?
Absolutely. I feel safe in Thailand, always have. I'm an Aussie, you know, and you're an Aussie, right? One thing Aussies, and we're not fearful, really. We're not fearful people. But this is the safest place I've ever lived. I have heard of no crime here. I'm sure crime probably happens. I know a bit of drug crime happens here. But I could leave the house and leave the door unlocked. Especially here, it's a very secure area. But even walking the streets, I was telling Jeb the other day, people double park their cars and leave the key in the ignition in Chiang Rai. If you did that in Melbourne, you come back and your car would be gone, 100%.
And the murder rate.
As I said, I've walked, and I've walked a lot at night, in the early evening. Never really late at night, I don't go out late at night. But walking anywhere, back streets, alleys, anything, there's never been one threat towards me. Even the dogs are pretty submissive over here. Not real aggro.
No, they like to bark.
I've never seen any aggro. I only ever seen one bit of aggro was when a guy road raged me, and I'm pretty sure he was on drugs. I'm sure he was. That was the only way to explain his insane behaviour. That's the only aggression I've ever seen. And as I said, I've never heard of any crime that I know of happening here. Even though times are hard now, in the last 2 years, there must be people becoming so desperate. And you would think that it would drive them towards, burglaries or petty theft, but I've not heard of one example, and I certainly haven't seen an example of it. I admire the Thai people for that. Thai people would rather die from starvation or from destitution than they rip off or rob someone. But having said that, it's a different story. It's a different story. Put it this way, I have known people in my experience in Thailand who would commit crime, especially fraud. I know Thais aren't averse to fraud. Don't worry about that.
Oh, yeah.
But as far as these person-on-person crimes go, no. You asked me if I feel safe in Chiang Rai. This is the safest. Never even felt the slightest bit unsafe. But I could say that about even Phuket. I felt perfectly safe. Then I felt perfectly safe in Peru. We were riding motorbikes through Peru. We were riding right through the drug country, and people said, "It's pretty dangerous, you know." I didn't even notice it. I didn't feel threatened at all.
When you're unaware of any possible threat, it's hard to feel threatened.
Yeah, that was ignorance. But here, no, this is a very peaceful city. Very, very unthreatening. Thai people are very unthreatening till they get behind the wheel of the car.
Yeah, or you cause them to lose too much face.
Well, that's the culture, and that takes a while to learn. You can't come here. This is what I have noticed, and I'm still only scratching the surface, but I'm getting a handle on it. You got no idea the difference in Thai people's culture, the personality culture, until you spend full time here in real Thailand.
Yeah. And not just hanging around expats.
No, you've got to immerse yourself in Thai, in the place where you are. Doesn't mean you have to become, go. What do they call it? You don't have to go Thai, but you have to observe and respect that Thai way of thinking, whether it's a man or a woman, is is quite different to the Western way of thinking.
There are many things different. The way they respond.
Yeah, respect goes a long way.
It's
Observe, respect, and try and keep calm.
yeah, and keep your mouth shut.
Yeah, react. You can watch how you react, especially being an Aussie, because we love telling people they're idiots when they're idiots. You don't do that, apparently.
No, you can't do that. Well, Rob, Thanks for the chat.
Anytime, Ray.
Appreciate your input.
Yeah, you're very welcome. And
I'm going to edit out about 90% of it. I just want you to know that.
just put my head on. Get rid of the rest of it. Anyway, good luck with the channel.
Thank you.
I hope to be one of your first subscribers.
Well, you'll have to hurry because I've got 36 already.
Have you really?
Amazing.
Have you really?
Yeah.
Wow. Please subscribe and like. Hit the button below, as they say in the video vlogs.